Previously on Love Lady Tereesa.
From your love to see.
Hey lovies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tereesa. Welcome to my channel, Love Lady Tereesa, where we talk about all things home, garden, and travel adventures. In today's video, I'm sharing my honest, updated breakdown of safety in Tulum, Mexico, including recent cartel activity, police checkpoints, taxi pricing, rental car scams, gas station tricks, and things tourists just need to watch out for. If this is something you're interested in, then just keep on watching. And if you wind up liking this video, please hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification before you go. As someone who spends a lot of time in Tulum, I'm giving you real insight, not fear-based headlines or fluff. I do this so you can travel smart and confidently. So let's get into it. Tulum is still one of the most beautiful beach destinations in the world. And with awareness, you can enjoy it safely. Watch until the end for my personal safety tips and opinion. So, with everything you may have seen online lately in the news, especially after the February 2026 cartel shelter-in-place situation, I completely understand why a lot are concerned. So today, I'm giving you real, balanced, boots-on-the-ground perspective. Not media hype, not fear, just facts, awareness, and smart travel advice. Many people have asked me about the cartel situation, so I will discuss that one because that's a big one, but we'll talk about that one later on in this video. First up is taxi drivers. Taxis in Tulum are generally safe and reliable. However, they do price gouge for tourists. Tulum is such a small town, you can get from one side to the other in about 10 to 15 minutes. So you should not be paying more than $30 to get around town, or more than $50 to get to and from the airport. Always confirm the price before getting in the taxi. Or you can schedule transportation prior to your trip. Lastly, in terms of getting from the airport into the town of Tulum, you can always opt in for the ADO bus. The ADO bus is clean, it has air conditioning, it's comfortable, it has comfortable seating, it has free TV, and they even have complimentary internet services. Next up is car rentals. Some car rental companies advertise very low daily rates, but then charge excessive insurance fees when you arrive. I am not a professional advisor, but my suggestion would be To use larger, well-established rental companies, confirm the total price including mandatory insurance before booking it. Screenshot your reservation details. Sometimes the cheapest price online often ends up being the most expensive at the counter. So if you do wind up renting a car, you're probably going to need some gas. So I just want you to be aware of some gas station tricks. So this happens not just in Tulum, but through various parts of Mexico, not just in Tulum. So I want you to just watch that the pump is reset to 0 before they start refueling you. And I want you to make sure that the amount matches the amount that you're charged. And if you're using a card, confirm the total. For example, if the fuel pump is not reset to 0 and the last customer purchased 100 pesos, which is about $6-7 in today's exchange, in gas, your bill is going to have that additional 100 pesos on it. And guess who's going to keep that extra 100 pesos? You got it. So simple awareness avoids problems. Next up is pesos currency exchange, ATMs, and carrying cash. If you plan to get pesos and you bank with, say, Bank of America or US Bank, you can exchange your USD for pesos for free. Most places are free anyway. I recommend you exchange your money at least 14 to 21 days prior to your trip. Sometimes the bank doesn't always have pesos or other dineros on hand in their vault, and they may have to order them. But it's free, so you can skip losing all that money at those expensive exchange rate booths and kiosk stands. Now, when it comes to carrying cash, Tulum is pretty safe. The locals are kind and welcoming. However, I do recommend carrying no more than 500 pesos per day, which is about $30 USD as of this date. Why? Because if you're stopped for a minor traffic situation, especially if you were drinking and driving or riding a bike without a helmet, there have been instances where officers request payment directly on the spot. And yes, I know that feels scammy. So limiting cash really protects you. Another one is double tipping. I love to tip and I love when I get great service. I'm just a heavy tipper. That's just me. And I know most of you probably are too. But I would definitely look out for double tipping. So always check your receipt because some restaurants automatically include gratuity. So before adding another tip, let's double check your receipt to see if it says Servicia Includio or Propina Includio. I don't want you to double tip accidentally. Again, my purpose in sharing that tip with you is that I want you to tip intentionally and not accidentally. That's it. Next up is stray dogs. Tulum does not have an animal shelter system, so there are stray dogs everywhere throughout the town. They are generally very friendly, just like the locals, but just always be cautious and respectful. Most of them, they just mind their own business. They're actually pretty funny because they know how to cross the street and everything. It's hilarious to watch. But yeah, it's just good to be careful and respectful at the same time. Next up, road conditions, topes, and potholes. Topes are basically speed bumps, and they are everywhere in Tulum, in Mexico as well, but there are plenty in Tulum. And if you're not paying attention, they could damage your car, your moped, or your ATV, and they could be dangerous on a bike, again, if you're not paying attention. Construction and development have increased potholes, especially during rainy season. So just drive slowly, especially at night. Just make sure that you're paying attention while you're having fun. Which brings me to construction. Tulum has officially become one of the world's most popular travel destinations. With that comes massive construction booms. New condos, villas, boutiques, hotels, everywhere. This means noise, dust, traffic changes, ongoing development is growing fast. And with growth comes adjustments. Now let's talk about something that surprises a lot of travelers. Sargassum or seaweed. Sargassum is a type of seaweed that washes ashore along the Caribbean coast, including at Tulum. It's seasonal and it's unpredictable. Typically, the heaviest months are April through September, but it can vary year to year. For example, we came in January and there were small patches, and by February, there were much heavier patches. Some days, the beaches are crystal clear. Other days, large amounts wash up right overnight. And when it accumulates, it can change the color of the water. It can create a strong smell, making swimming much less enjoyable. Now, here's the balanced truth. Hotels and beach clubs work very hard to clean it daily. Some of them anyway. But nature does what nature wants. So if your dream is perfectly turquoise, crystal clear waters, check current beach conditions before booking your trip. Okay, lovies, let's get into the good stuff. Let's talk about the most recent events in Mexico. So on February 22nd, 2026, there was a targeted enforcement operation by the Mexican army that resulted in the takedown of the leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel. Authorities issued a temporary shelter-in-place guidance in some zones while they handled the situation. Now, here's the important part. Despite what you see on the news and online, this was targeted activity, not random violence towards tourists. This takedown, it triggered a massive retaliation, violence by burning cars and certain businesses across various Mexican states. It should be noted that Jalisco is on the west coast, while Tulum, Playa, Cancun is pretty much on the east coast. In terms of distance, that's basically like maybe New Jersey to Nebraska in terms of the distance from Tulum and Quintana Roo. But in Tulum, it really remains heavily dependent on tourism. So the local government and federal authorities, they respond really quickly to protect the image and safety of the area. With that being said, awareness is important as it is in any place you go on this globe. So, like traveling anywhere in the world, I always suggest just avoid isolated areas at night and stay in well lit zones. Most important, stay well informed. Quite honestly, here in Tulum, it's like a normal day. Folks are out grocery shopping, just hanging out, doing their due. It's business as usual. No chaos, just peace. In fact, just 5 days later, there was a large and peaceful festival downtown where they had more like carnival rides and festival foods. And it was really something that the Tulum locals celebrated. So, yeah, it was very peaceful. So the question you might ask, is Tulum safe? Yes. With awareness, Tulum is not a war zone. It's not lawless. It's not unsafe for tourists. And it's definitely not unsafe for tourists who use common sense as you would in any other parts of the globe. But it's not perfect either. So here are my final personal safety tips. Stay in well-reviewed accommodations. Avoid excessive drinking and reckless behavior. Don't flash large amounts of cash. Confirm prices beforehand. Drive carefully. And just be careful, period. You can have a beautiful, safe, unforgettable experience here in Tulum. Tulum is still a magical place. The beaches are stunning, and especially if there's no seaweed. The people are warm, and the culture is vibrant. Just travel smart. If this video helped you feel more informed and prepared, give it a thumbs up. If you love honest travel tips and guides, subscribe to Love Lady Tereesa. Let me know in the comments. Are you planning to come to Tulum? Or have you been to Tulum lately? And did you feel safe? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, spread love, y'all. Hey, lovies, do me a favor. Click that like and subscribe button. It really helps out with the algorithm. Click the bell notification to receive new videos as soon as they drop. Thanks again for watching. Sincerely yours, Love Lady Tereesa.